Last time on Landscape of Fear, our party arrived at the Melgath Empire, eager to make the acquaintance of King Cram Cram. As advised by Bugle Boa, they came under the presumed god selectors who would aid the king in choosing the true god, as the empire was in a bit of a pickle between this red god and Garganto. The king invited them to some mild entertainment, that of an actor that had been captive and forced to attempt to perform whilst being struck by myriad mud pies. He begged Tegan, who recognized him, to save him while he was being battered. Tegan replied with a volley of her own, and a maybe. The party then interviewed the acolyte of the Red God at a bloated pool of filth where Cretin Folgra seemed to spend his days. He was satisfied with the party's efforts and went with them to meet the Red God in the mountains. On your way to the mountains, they passed the lambent lake, glowing blue and warm. They noted its fullness of bullywug eggs, 800 according to King Cram Cram proudly, and with some strange enlarging defect. Once in the mountains, they interacted with the Red Slod posing as this Red God. He spoke openly and brazenly before the Cretin. He spoke of his master binding him to this realm, and he held the Heartstone from a recently slain glass basilisk as the prize for convincing the bullywugs that he was indeed their god. The party left the mountain region and headed back to the Melgath Empire to go discern what Garganto had to offer them. First they rested, and Tegan investigated the king's nightly routine, and then they slept for the night. The next day, the party visited Garganto's cave and his caretaker, Gerbilblitz. He revealed that Garganto has a monstrous appetite and loves eating anything and everything, even bullywug tadpoles. The party began to devise some ideas for schemes of how to pit the two gods against each other, or what to do with King Cram Cram. The party is together, still in the Melgath Empire. I believe we just left off with the frog Hemoth, this monstrous frog in the cave. What is the party doing outside of this area, just south of the Empire?
I think we had just learned just how crazy this creature was. Not only an enlarged frog creature, but with tentacles coming out of its head.
Mm-hmm.
And with eyes on top of the tentacles. And that is right where we end. So
yeah.
I think Valeric is just thinking about not only this creature in front, but the possibility of 800, 700 or these creatures emerging out of the water, and seeing the urgency of dealing with that problem.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the
Caretaker?
Gerbilblitz.
Gerbilblitz, yeah.
Gerbil, this creature is impressive and terrifying. Did you say it just came from the waters?
Oh, yeah. Long time ago. Well, not too long ago, but a while ago, yeah.
How long would you say?
Oh, a year or so.
A year.
Yeah.
It has grown to this size in a year.
Oh, yeah. He eats pretty much anything.
I can see that. And what happens if his appetite isn't sated? Does he grow restless?
Yeah, he'll go and look for food on his own. Gotta be ready to hop when he does that. Sometimes I'll paint rocks green like frogs and he'll eat them, and that slows him down pretty good.
Goodness.
So you have paint just hanging out here?
Well, it's more like ground up moss and shit, but yeah.
You're very clever.
Thank you.
You guys, I don't know what seems like the bigger problem in all of this. We have ancient gods awakening. We have murderous masses of mutant frogs just about to be born. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
We're also missing the Centennial party.
That's tomorrow,
Obviously the party.
That sounds righteous. Pipes up Bugle from the back.
You'll love it, I think. Maybe.
If we get there.
You guys
I'm
got
just gonna
big problems.
Yeah. Well, you do too, but you just don't seem to realize it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, these are your kin, aren't they?
Kinda.
Aleric's just gonna slowly back away from this gigantic, terrifying creature.
It's eyeing you, like the tentacles on top of its head are like flopped over, like staring down at you from the top of its very round torso.
Is there like any kind of intelligence to it, or is it just?
No, it's very, very bestial. Like the best sense you can get is it's a walking appetite.
Herbal, have you seen it do anything special to try to attack prey? Perhaps lash out any tentacles or any weird abilities that frogs wouldn't have?
Oh, not really. Sometimes it buries itself, though, and all you can see are its eyeballs. He almost got me once like that. That was scary.
Trap beast.
Kinda. For his size, it's quite tremendous.
That's fair.
Forgive me for saying this, Gerbil, but you seem more like a zookeeper than a god watcher.
Well, that's why they call me the caretaker. Because I take care of the animals. I mean, sure, maybe he's a god, maybe he ain't, but we gotta watch him. What do they call you back home?
Rich.
The doorman.
Richard? Huh. Oh, wow.
Well,
Doorman.
some people have called me that in different senses.
Oh, okay. Ricky. I like it. You're now Ricky.
Ricky.
Do you take care of the doors? What's a door?
It's like in front of you. It's like in front of your hut. The little straw thing that covers your hut.
Oh,
That's me. That's me.
you are.
He doesn't do a very good job of it.
Okay.
I throw a punch.
Whoa. Whoa, bros. I mean, if you can make an attack roll if you would like to, Kopesh.
No, it's a swing. I won't actually hit.
Okay.
Well,
I would be pickled pink. Tickled. If you guys would choose Garganto as the god, because he is just the cutest darn thing. He can eat.
To be
like
fair, you
anything.
just said that he might not be a god.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, once we decide he is, then right? That's how it works. Just like we just decided what a door is, and now that's a door. That's how it works, huh? Public consensus.
I can't argue with your logic.
I think we need a moment to convene as the council.
Of course, take your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, thoughts?
I can't see a way to get everything. Yeah. No, I mean, no, nothing here is a real god. In the sense that Kopesh wouldn't agree with. Kopesh's gods are
Yeah, mine are a little more.
astral.
I wouldn't say dignified, but a little less gross. I don't know. I'm just like my toes tell me we're not dealing with gods on either side.
Cleanliness is the next thing to godliness.
You look over at the cave and you just see Grubblebits like throwing like rotten fruit into the cave, and it's just splattering on Garganto.
I mean, godhood or not, these are
God.
still things that we need to deal with. They're monstrosities. I mean, we
Now
can't-
or later? I mean, it's a lot to deal with right now. It's only like we got things.
I mean, is there going to be a later? These eggs hatch in about 1 days, according to King Cram Cram.
True, but I hate to say this, and I know it sounds a little bit callous of me, but maybe that's not quite our concern. Maybe our concern is making certain we can keep ourselves alive, and if there's time, maybe we can come back and settle this at a later point.
I mean, I partially agree with you, but if we come back, these things. If Garganto came out from the river just when it collapsed, I can't imagine what those things, and he points to like an egg or a piece of an egg on the ground, I don't know, something, will be when they hatch. They've been gestating in that water for who knows how long now.
I agree.
I mean, we're gonna have a horde of gigantic tentacle frogs coming from the south. You never know.
I mean, but as we talked about last time, like, you really don't have a way to deal with 800 eggs. None of us have that sort of ability or power, right?
I mean,
Well, the river is. I didn't tell you guys this, but the bottom of the lake is filled with coronite, or the pond. We could just ignite it.
Underwater.
Oh,
I mean, and then throw it in
Magic missile it.
Oh,
Is coronite flammable?
it's, I believe, very flammable,
All right.
or at
Even-
least explosive.
I said even
In
in
its
water.
raw form. I mean, it's
Well,
certainly a
dynamite
try.
works underwater.
We might want to run
I
it.
mean, we could try, indeed.
Yeah, we might
Does
want to run a
dynamite
test.
exist?
We want to run a test, and relatively soon. There's a lot we've got to do and take care of in a short amount of time.
I mean,
When-
overthrow the king, destroy a couple hundred eggs, possibly get the Heartstone. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that one.
Don't we kind of need that to go up the tower unless we just like decided not to do that anymore?
I mean, sure,
I think-
but we can't take it by force.
I think we need Cram Cram alive in order to convince him that the red god is the true god. I think that's the only way we get the Heartstone.
I mean, we might have to keep him alive, but if we end up disposing of him, we end up becoming the de facto king, and whatever we say is the law.
Oh, could we
And
not just appoint
what
another
happens
king?
when we leave? Sure.
Not our problem.
I would like to say the consequences of this weird, gross slod thing breeding its ilk inside of frogs is also something that might come for us later, but I don't think we have a choice.
I agree.
So what's our immediate next step then? What are we going to do now? Let's go back.
We confront the king.
All right, I'm ready to go do that. And the further we get away from Garganto looking at us, the better. And if we can keep him in that eating fruit while we take care of this and the eggs, then excellent.
First
Do you
step.
mind if we try reason before we simply slaughter him?
I mean, by all means, if you think you're charming enough to reason with him, but
Sure.
he does eat his own people and gold for a living.
It's
If
true.
we do reason with him and we get the map and we get the Heartstone from him, and the best case scenario for us, that still leaves the eggs. And if we blow those up, are we going to be able to reason with him afterwards? Because I think he'll be pretty mad about that.
I mean,
Okay. All right. Let's deal with the immediate then. Let's head back and report back to the king, I suppose.
Which one of you is responsible for convincing him that we have gold and are just giving him gold?
Me.
no.
Me.
All right, TJ.
The one who,
Great.
the one who deserves the prison time, I suppose.
All
TJ
right,
is experienced
Ricky,
with lying.
All right.
by all means, Ricky.
TJ just smiles at the nickname. She doesn't even argue.
All right. So the party gathers outside of Garganto's hovel, and you prepare to head back into the Melgath Empire. You know it's not a very long walk, like a quarter mile at best. And as soon as you begin to approach the town that's on the horizon, mostly by smell, as you slurp and slop your way across the swamp, what do you do to prepare for this encounter?
So, guys, I do think it might be wise to confront him in private. Either
Yes,
get
that's
him inside
wise.
his hut or get him, because we don't really want to have a fight with all the Melgath Empire guys.
I'm not sure we can totally get him away, but perhaps him and his close guard.
Yeah, I think that that's reasonable. I just don't want to be trying to go against everybody in this empire.
I really don't think we'd have much resistance. They choose their king based on who eats the king or kills him. But you said you were watching him, somebody, right?
I did, but it was his nightly routine. I don't think we really have enough time to wait it until nightfall again. You guys have a job to get
Yeah.
back to.
Yes.
Was there anything you saw him doing where he was solitude? Like,
Probably watched him piss.
He went to go harass the slaves.
Well-
Which, I mean, that would be a good place, I guess, to
I
go.
mean- if nobody wants to get his eye out while he's harassing the slaves, maybe we should go see if he's there. Alone.
All right.
I'm
Sounds good
open
to
to
me.
you guys on this one.
Let's-
Yep.
Let's do that.
Is there anything else you're preparing? Are you preparing the trick offering?
Yeah, I'll
I'm-
pull out the mushrooms and I'll start cutting them into like slices, so it's just like a little
close-
dollar
Medallions.
size.
Are we within like minutes of talking to him at least?
I would say so.
And he did. Okay, so I place a hand on TJ's shoulder and like, hey, you got this for once. Really focus on being smart and cunning. I wink, and I'll cast enhance ability. So you get Fox's cunning. Oh, you're gonna get some advantage on your charisma.
Ooh!
I like the
Excellent.
given for once in there.
So any
Tegan ignores that part.
sorry,
She just heard.
Eagle's splendor.
Okay.
So if you have to do anything, oh wait, that's charisma checks. Anything that's related to charisma checks, just in case. There you go.
Excellent. So Kopesh lays hands upon you, Tegan, and your ego somehow grows even larger.
I'm like the Grinch. My ego grew 3 sizes that day.
Indeed.
Don't fuck this up.
But yeah, you're.
I'm
brimming
waiting
with
until-
confidence.
I'm gonna wait until Revius is done slicing our mushrooms into medallions, and then as soon as we're like, I don't know, within 5 minutes, just to give us some leeway, I'm gonna cast Major Image on the mushrooms.
Okay.
Because it lasts 10 minutes, so I want to give us a little bit of time.
Okay. You'll,
And I'm
you'll know.
letting everyone know, like, look, we can't slow down here. Let's be a little hasty here. And as I'm saying that, with my fingers on my
All horses,
stone
no
in my
reins.
forehead,
I got you.
they turn into authentic gold.
Okay. I might wait for you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we might want to be there first.
You give me the heads up though when you're prepared to. Just because the traveling in will be a couple minutes and talking will be a couple minutes, and then, I mean, we could do it now, but it will be cutting it real close potentially.
Sure.
I am also biased because as the dungeon master, if you do it while you're near him, I get all sorts of fun interactions. So you tell me, now or
Okay.
later.
I will wait.
Okay. Excellent. The party wanders into the Melgath Empire. There are some general folk milling about, but the bullywugs at this hour of the day in the morning, some of them are basking in the sun, some of them are being lazy, some have to hunt and forage, some of them are down at the spawning pools at the Lambent Lake. You get the feeling that activity, as far as the day, is in full swing in this mid-morning sun. And you're heading toward the prisoners, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head to the southern portion of the Melgath Empire. I'm sorry, the northern. Technically, you were on the southern. And it's on the west end toward the ocean. And as you approach the side of the Melgath Empire, you can smell like the mud and filth of the Bullywug Empire sort of wafting over the swamp. The sun is starting to beat down on these tepid pools of just mud water, and worse, as Tegan has found out by diving inside of them. You pass by the pools with the cretins in them. You see a couple of the red toads sort of basking in the sun, bloated and sickly. That's alarming. But you head over to the pens. Just shoddy driftwood is all stuck into the mud in a poor excuse of a fence that encloses around two very sad-looking individuals. One being an older gentleman in a tattered uniform with a bald head, and another being Timothy, the actor, or as King Cram Cram so affectionately called him, Silly Bitch. And he's dressed in like what once used to be extravagant, colorful clothing. He's just caked in mud because they just pelt him with mud pies constantly. You don't see the king yet. You feel like maybe if you wait around, he might show up. If you look towards his, I'm going to call it a palace. If you look towards the king's palace of mismatched canopies, you do see him sort of motioning back and forth, eating some food and like pushing some of his subordinates around. What would you like to do?
Marius just coughs and...
Should we just wait here for him?
Maybe we motion him over?
Cram Cram!
Okay.
Okay.
King.
While they're doing this, he said it's also in this room is also waiting is Timothy and the bald guy.
Yeah. Yes, they're in the pens.
Hello
Lieutenant
there.
Powder Fist.
Who are you?
Which one are you talking to?
The bald one.
Okay. My name is Lieutenant Reginald Powderfist.
Oh, Lieutenant. I
Yes.
think I've heard about you.
Well, I was a part of Cragwatch's army.
Oh.
Once upon a
Yes, but he wanted to come to Kier Hall.
You see him squint. His skin is like blistered from being just stuck in the sun for a long, long time. And he's emaciated and he looks at you. Tegan? You son of a bitch, is that you?
I had
Richard,
nothing
actually.
to do with that with that failed attempt, okay?
You left me to rot here.
To be fair, I came back.
How long have I been here?
Don't worry about it. That's not important. I'm here now.
Make a deception check. With advantage.
Don't worry about it.
Or persuasion.
Deception with advantage.
Greg?
Sorry, I keep a space bar is what I normally push, not change it to control.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, good luck. That's what I try to whisper. I was like, good luck.
I went with persuasion. I got a 24.
Okay. He's like, well, I suppose I could just put my feelings aside for a moment. You... All right. You're right. All right. Are you here to save me?
I heard that you were here, and I came immediately. So yes.
I'm just gonna let the roll over 20. We'll keep the 24. Think, oh, bless you. Bless you.
To be fair, I'm not lying. I did hear that I was here.
True. Bless you, Tegan. You... All will be forgiven if you just get me out of here.
We have a little bit of dealings that we have to handle first, and then we'll get you out.
You too, Timothy.
Oh, thank you. I will perform a play in your honor if you save me. Shut up.
Oh, please
Shut
don't.
up.
I'm sorry, TJ. Why were you smuggling a Cragwatch general into
Lieutenant.
lieutenant? Whatever.
The mayor wanted him.
The mayor.
The former mayor. Sorry, former mayor.
Let's not talk about that right now. Not my mayor. That's what I always say.
Hashtag.
Well,
But yeah, I don't know. The mayor wanted him for some reason, so I just go where the money takes me. And how great would it be to have Cragwatch lose one of their top lieutenants?
I never said I was a top lieutenant. But thank you.
Modesty, see? We need somebody like him.
I've been forced to teach the bullywugs my ways.
What ways? Are
ways
those?
of what?
Warfare. But I've tricked them. I've been teaching them yoga. They're getting very limber.
That might make them even more dangerous. Hopefully you've thought this through.
I mean, at the very least, we have to deal with some limber frogs rather than war frogs. Oh.
True. Just get me out of here.
Well, we're trying in the process. Where the fuck is the king?
King Cram Cram, we made a decision!
He sends an attendant over, and a bullywug comes bouncing over. He's very bloated, but like in a healthy way, not like the acolytes of the Red God. He's wearing what appears to be like one of those things they drape over a horse to keep it warm, but it's like tied around his girthy belly, and it's plaid and red. King Cram Cram requests your audience at the pavilion.
Okay. Perhaps. Very well, Sir Attendant. Maybe we can just say our decision needs to be said to only him.
Would you like me to relay this message to him?
I lean over
very
to
busy
Alaric.
people.
I lean over to Alaric. Like, should we talk about having a gift for him as well? Would that? You think that gonna get him over here?
That's a good idea.
Perhaps a gift. Yes, sure, whatever. I don't know.
I think that's a good idea.
What am I telling King Cram Cram?
We have a decision and an offering. We want to make certain that he receives himself personally as proof of our proof of our goodwill.
Excellent. You're going to make him come over here, though. We're not going to do this at the pavilion.
Correct.
It's so special. We can't let it get out in light.
All right, I will deliver the message, but as you can see, I am not the most charismatic individual. And he
I
hops
believe
away.
in you.
And this creature is going to make a charisma check.
It ain't good.
You see him hop his way across the Melgath Empire, all 20 feet of it. And he stops. It's actually bigger than that. I should stop exaggerating. But he stops at the pavilion. You see Cram Cram look down at him and just like smack him in the head. And then he puts his hands on his shoulders. Or I'm sorry, his waist. He looks over at the party and he begins lumbering his way down and toward you.
Maybe we throw in something about entertainment. We wanted him to be entertained, hence near
Silly
the jail.
bitch.
Silly bitch. Yes.
He doesn't look like he's in a good mood.
Oh, you weren't talking
No.
to me. You were just referencing my heinous nickname.
Shut up,
sorry.
silly bitch.
All right, I'm fine.
King Cram Cram is halfway across the mud
God, he's
plains.
slow.
Okay, at this point, I will cast the major image.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check for me. What components does that spell contain?
I can either use material components or just my focus. So it's a bit of fleece. But I'll just use my spell focus instead.
Is it verbal and somatic?
Yes.
Okay. So you call out an incantation and you wave your hands about a little bit
Yes.
over the offering. Perhaps King Cram Cram will think it's the way of your people to present a gift.
Blessing it.
Yeah. 16 on the sleight of hand check.
Excellent. Okay. You do it pretty subtly. What is your spell save DC for him to identify this?
Okay. For now, it's 15. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna take the corruption and beef it up.
That's the spirit. Could you mark down your corruption in Landscape of Fear? Excellent. Okay. Alaric, you hold your hands out over the poison medallion mushrooms, and you hold another hand to your medallion, and you sort of turn your back to the King Cram Cram as he's lumbering his way across the plains. A fizzle of light, and you can see that the threads of the spellweave are sort of just threading their way across the medallions, leaving piece by piece a little bit of gold left in its wake, until the medallions of mushroom look indeed just like gold coins.
Fuck. That's what I say out the side. I'm like, I've never seen a Larry smells this good. I look back, I'm like, you can do this? God.
I know, I can.
This is your best work?
That's what he says as a shimmer of glass covers over them in an enamel-like pattern, giving them a sheen that is identical to gold coins. King Cram Cram lumbers his way toward the party and says,
"Now what is it that you have called me over here for?"
King, we have come to a decision. But before we tell you the choice of what God is the true God, we wanted to thank you for your hospitality and showing us the ways of your people by giving you this offering of gold. And I take the gold from Alaric, mix in 1 or 2 pieces of actual gold with it.
Okay.
And give it to him.
Okay. Make a deception check with advantage.
Boop, boop. Boop. 22.
King Cram Cram.
Boy, does walking give me an appetite.
You hear him shake his gullet in anticipation. His belly is just jingling.
Mm.
You can see the slobber coming out of the corner of his frog-like mouth. He grabs your hands and he hoists you up in the air, Tegan. And he just sort of tilts you forward, and all the coins jingle down into his mouth. Clinking, clinking, clinking. You see his gray tongue come out and like lick his lips and suck them all down.
This isn't even the grossest thing that's happened to me here.
No, but one slip of the finger and you're going in too.
Delectable gold. But it tastes a little funny.
Yes, so about that. Some of that gold wasn't actually gold. We did poison you. So now...
You're still
You
in
kinda
his
have to-
hands.
I look over.
You're still...
So,
About what we've discovered.
You feel his fingers tightening on you.
Your offspring are tainted by coronite in the ponds. And it's going to be a huge problem for you to deal with. So, we've decided, as God evaluators, that you need to get rid of them.
you were supposed to decide a god. Did you or did you not?
We did. The red god.
He looks very conflicted. Do you see his eye, his jaundiced frog eyes darting back and forth? You're hovering over his mouth. He's confused. It's like on one hand you've poisoned him, on the other hand you have done your duty, and you've supposedly given him a gift. You see his throat begin to fill with air. He just bellows help into the distance because he has been poisoned. Roll for initiative. I don't know what else to do.
I don't think
I didn't know what the
smoothly.
All Kopesh could do was like, what the fuck? And Kopesh is mad.
As you're in his hands, being tilted over his gigantic mouth, so we poisoned you.
I assume that the effects were gonna happen almost instantaneously, okay?
I hate to see that he's throwing up.
He did fail the Constitution check. I did make it. But I just, it's going to take a little bit of time. The man eats gold coins for fun.
Thinking maybe now I should have made like some sort of alchemical component overnight instead of long resting and been like, this reacts with gold. It's gonna make him explode or something.
If you could please drop your tokens for your character into Owlbear. I need to move some things around before I reveal stuff.
Where's my cool token?
I don't know. You have to save those on your end.
Oh. Well, I didn't.
I have this huge map that I made, and you guys are just like in the corner of it now. Okay. You are all in the bottom right. You'll see King Cram Cram. You see the tokens that I have for Timothy and Lieutenant Reginald. Technically, they are in the pens. You'll have to imagine the pen. I am going to draw a quick box around them.
There you go.
Yay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Initiatives. All right. So, the slimy muck fields just south of King Cram Cram's pavilion house where the slaves have been kept. The two of them perk up. They look like they are willing participants in whatever's going down, but they are not well equipped. You see that there is a slime pool nearby that houses a couple of the acolytes, the Red God's acolytes.
Ew.
You see that attendant, the big croak attendant, is he's up at the pavilion. There is actually no gold pile on it. I thought you guys would make him wait for him to throw up, and so there was some gold I put in. But you see that there are some bullywugs that are rallied by the call, and they are mobilizing and heading your way, but they are very far away. So it's likely going to take them a turn or two to get to you, which is fortunate for where you're located. So, without further ado, Tegan, it is your turn. You are held aloft, grappled, essentially, by King Cram Cram.
Okay.
It is your turn.
I'd like to yell to the acolytes.
Yeah.
The king doesn't want the red god to be the true god, which we have decided. Please come and help us.
Okay. You see this. The words just come out of your mouth with your eagle splendor. I'm not even going to require a check. You just see them start to tear their shirts off, and their skin begins to crawl.
Ooh. They've already been infected. Gross.
Excellent. Is there anything you'd like to do? That's just a free action.
I would like to try to get ungrappled.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check, contested with his strength.
All right. Acrobatics.
Ooh.
Now I got a 9.
Ooh.
King Cram Cram starts to throw up in his mouth, and you slip out. I rolled a natural 1 for his strength athletics.
Woo!
You fall to the ground. What would you like to do?
Back away.
Okay.
Just get out of the range for right now.
Okay, you can move your token. Every square is 5 feet. He will potentially make an attack of opportunity. Unless you
I don't
bonus
take attack of
action. You have to attack first or take a bonus action disengage.
Oh, okay. I'll just take a bonus action to disengage.
Excellent. Okay. So you slip out of his grasp, you sneak away from him, and before he like recovers from the vomit like spilling out of his mouth, he spits a couple gold coins out. You note that he's just sort of lost you in the heat of the moment. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Kopesh, you're up next.
I run straight down towards the pen, and I say, "Ship up or ship out." And I'm going to use spirit. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon. I'm going to drop concentration on enhance ability, and I'm going to also cast spiritual weapon.
Okay, spiritual weapon isn't concentration. If you'd like to keep it.
I
for your
know,
turn.
but he doesn't need that for any reason. So
Okay.
I'm done helping him. It's more of a character. It's more helping her. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm done helping her. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. You feel the confidence waver from you.
Since you started this, yeah, you don't get my benefit anymore.
Kopesh, do you like attack? Are you striking the?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
striking the bars with this. Yeah.
Okay, so this spiritual door appears. Make an attack roll and give me damage. These are very weak. It's driftwood. It's like it might as well.
That
practically not
is,
be there.
let's see, casting modifier. So that's 10 damage.
10 damage. Excellent. So this spectral door appears glittering with holy energy, and it slams down, just creating a 5-foot opening in the pen. Is that your turn?
And it's a free action to drop a weapon, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop my +1 dagger and look at them, like saying, I just drop it and look at the eye. Somebody is what I.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Excellent. Okay, so Kopesh also drops a magical dagger in the dirt. Perfect. You see in the distance, one of the bullywugs has mounted a giant toad. And it leaps 20 feet, and then it leaps
Oh my gosh.
20 feet. So that's
Look at that toad.
That's its dash action. It has an armored bullywug with a spear on its back. One of the bullywug knights. But he did not make it here yet. That was his turn with his action.
Does he know yoga?
He looks very limber. As does his mount.
He knows yoga.
He's on the back of the giant toad doing like downward dog. It's bizarre.
What have you done?
All right. Excellent. That will be his turn. And the giant toad's turn. You see a couple of the bullywugs back in town mobilizing themselves as well. And he will leap. And that is his turn with an action as well. Now, he comes rushing in from town, and he's twice. They all sort of leap when they move. They don't really move. They can leap as far as they can move. So he hops a solid 40 feet in 2 jumps and lands in the back end of the pool, but that is his turn as well, as they're all sort of rushing towards you. Alaric, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my action to try to convince the king further.
Okay.
King, your power is threatened by this abomination that's about to be born. 700 creatures like Garganto. You can't take them. Let us help.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
It's like we poisoned him. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh, very
Damn.
poorly.
Damn! Oh my god! I'm sorry, but those are some of the worst rolls.
I got a 2.
Oh, he fixes his jaundiced toad-like eyes on you, and
You have condemned me. Me. I will feast upon you.
I'd like to see you try.
I cast Mage Armor and back up a little bit.
Okay. feel free
Herbius
to
looks
move
at
yourself.
TJ and just says, "Shut up, you're bite size."
His eyes mainly are on TJ. He wants to eat TJ the most. All right. You see this guy, he jumps down 20 feet. And this is the big bloated croaking one, the attendant that had interfaced with earlier. He jumps down off the pavilion. He jumps toward the party. And you see he takes a bonus action, and his frog sack fills with air, and a tremendous ribbit echoes across the plains. And you see all of the frogs in response, all that hear it, their eyes tighten with hatred. They all ribbit in response.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Yep.
And he will pull a spear out. He's going to attack TJ twice with disadvantage because you are over the range for it.
Concentrate on the king, everyone. We kill him. Maybe everyone else stops fighting.
A 19 to hit, Tegan.
That hits.
You take
There we
7
go.
piercing
Shit.
damage.
Okay.
And a 7 to hit, which I assume will miss.
Yep.
Okay, so he pulls a couple spears off of his back. You gather he only has maybe 4 spears total, so he's probably not going to do that again. But he does have to roll to recharge, and he succeeds.
Recharge his spears.
He recharges his croaking. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just like. Okay, I got more spears.
However, in the pools, you see the acolytes that you yelled to, Tegan. Their skin crawls. They've ripped their shirts off. One bends over backwards. You hear his spine sort of... He's also very limber, but in a different way. As his chest punches open and a red tadpole erupts forth and latches itself on the nearby bullywug that hopped into the pond. And another one does as well. I shouldn't use that. I should use 1 and 2. They both latch on, and they're going to make attacks against this unsuspecting bullywug for a 24 and a 9. He takes 5 damage.
That's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, guys, I'm helping somewhat.
From the looks of the tadpoles and their their nature, it looks like whatever's closest to them will get bitten. However,
Okay, don't go near them.
yes, brings us to King Cram Cram.
Didn't he already have a turn?
No.
No.
Okay.
King Cram Cram needs to be within 5 feet of you, you gather, to eat you, Tegan, which is a comfort, I suppose, but he is going to try and cover that distance. And he does so in a large leap, jumping 20 feet. Let's see.
Is Cram Cram large or huge?
Large.
Okay.
And he is going to make a bite attack against you, Tegan, for 15 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay.
Oh.
You take 11 piercing damage,
Okay.
5 poison damage, and are grappled
Okay.
and restrained. And his maw has opened, his tongue is wrapped around you, and he is going to reel you in if he gets the chance. Next turn. The next bullywug is going to begin to jump towards the party. And he's coming down across
I'm at
the-
22 health.
Yeah. You're taking some hits. The rest of the tadpoles awaken and swarm this frog in the pool. A nat 20. You see a tadpole erupt from the water, sort of latch itself right onto the croaking maw of the creature. The second attack will also hit. He will take...
These things fight better than we do.
He takes 13 damage as you see blood pool up and the frog disappears under the muddy waters. Revius, it is
He's
your
gonna
turn.
come back.
Okay. I don't remember what a 15-foot cone looks like, but I'm going to use my action to summon my flamethrower Eldritch Cannon.
Excellent.
If I can. There we go. And then I am going to use my bonus action to activate it and tell it to walk over, I don't know, next to TJ maybe, just so that she's sort of behind it.
Sure.
And it's gonna be activated.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So the small eldritch cannon that rests behind your back typically crawls out from underneath your armor, and it jumps down onto the ground with its metal appendages, marches over to Tegan, and unleashes hell upon King Cram Cram. Flames wreathe him. His dexterity save is 9. So I'm going to assume that fails. Roll.
Ew.
You can roll your
Nice.
damage as soon as you do it, because no matter what, he'll take either full or half.
That's true. So 10 damage.
10 damage. Excellent. He reels back in pain.
And that is my turn, so.
Okay. Great. You see Timothy stand up at his full length, straighten his robes, and I don't want to be here anymore. And he gives Tegan bardic inspiration. I hate you, Tegan, but you're my only hope.
Figures he'd be a bard. I didn't even think about him.
And he runs out of the pen and over to the side. But you gather it's just to get out of the pen and still be at a safe distance. He's not fleeing. Next, you see Lieutenant Powderfist stand up, do a little stretch, grab the dagger, and he rushes into the combat as well, lending his aid against King Cram Cram. He will take 2 attacks. Oh, that's a dirty 20. And so 1 hit and 1 miss. He deals 6 damage to King Cram Cram as he plunges his dagger into its stomach.
I'm assuming I'm still immobilized.
You are restrained, yes. Sorry, just tabulating damage. Okay. We're back to the top of the order. Tegan, it is your turn again.
I would like to try to yell to the other bullywugs that are coming,
Okay.
and say to them, "We are trying to become the king. Back off, so that we can do this in an honorable fashion."
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 13.
Okay. You see sort of a moment of indecision cross over their minds, but you're not sure if you've reached them yet.
Okay. I would like to try to get out of this grapple again.
Okay. Make an acrobatics.
Acrobatics check.
You do not have disadvantage. That's only on dex saving throws with restrained.
Yeah, well, I got a 9 again, so.
Okay. There's always a chance he fails. Again. rolled another nat 1. You slip out again. This time you his tongue being out of his mouth. I can't believe I rolled 2 nat 1s. And then he just covers you in gold coins and vomit.
Fantastic.
That's a good look for you.
I'm going to attack him with my short sword of warning.
Okay. He is engaged.
15.
15 meets it, beats it.
Fantastic.
Slash him with your magical sword.
I got an 8.
8 damage. Did you roll sneak attack?
No, because I wasn't in cover.
He's engaged with your fellow allies, so you do get sneak attack damage.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then hold on 1 second. I just need to find where my sneak attack is.
Sure.
There it is.
You said 6 damage for the first?
8.
8.
So
Okay.
19 altogether.
Okay, 19 altogether. Excellent. You have bloodied King Cram Cram, slashing down his stomach, and now you can disengage yourself if you would like, for free, because you
I'm going to disengage, but as I disengage, I'm going to yell to him, "Give up, you're not going to win this fight."
I am going to slay you, TJ.
Come at me, bro.
Very well. Don't forget to move your mini.
I will.
Now,
I'm going to do it right now.
okay, the way that I treat diagonal movements is for the first time you move diagonally, it's 5 feet. The second time you move diagonally, it's 10, and then it goes back to 5. It alternates. So you can move yourself north, south, east, and west 5 feet.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's every other.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, excellent. You've slipped away. Kopesh.
That's my turn.
It is your turn. Thank you, Jake.
Yep.
Audio.
Sorry about that. I'm going to run over past TJ saying, "Ew, you're gross," and run over closer to where Alaric is. So right here,
Okay,
straight line.
perfect.
At a point where the Bullywug Caller and King Cram Cram are within 20 feet of each other. So direct. So let me show you the spot right here, just to make sure nobody else gets caught in it.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit that with a fireball.
Hell yeah. Okay, perfect.
I will need a dex save from both of them.
Roll me
Dex
your,
save 14.
roll me your damage. First fireball of the game.
Speaking my language.
Chicago is siren.
That's a horrible
fireball.
roll. 25.
25 damage. Okay.
20.
King Cram Cram. I rolled a nat 20. He rolls a 23, so he will save. The Croaker rolls a nat 1. I'm a man of extremes today. So he will take the 25 damage.
Correct.
Excellent. You see the fireball erupts. He will take that down. King Cram Cram looks over at you, enraged and incensed with anger, but mostly
Incensed.
his skin is singed. But the Croaker took much more damage. He's just like on his back. His belly is like rippling with burning fat.
Ooh.
Is that your turn?
I'm going to move my spiritual weapon
Excellent.
closer to King Cram Cram,
Okay.
and it's going to bash him.
Awesome. Make an attack for me.
That is a 24 to hit.
Roll me some damage as the glimmering door lifts up from the slave pens, sliding across the battlefield, slamming
Hell yeah.
to King Cram Cram.
11 damage.
Ooh. Kopesh, I've never seen this side of you.
I normally don't get attacked like this. I say.
I don't appreciate this side of you.
Oh.
All right.
Fear not, we'll send you to one of your gods soon.
Roll an intimidation check.
You know I'm not good at these.
That's okay.
Never mind, I got a nat 20.
Ooh.
He takes a point of damage. Psychic damage. You've hurt his feelings. But in a good way, because he's a dick. Okay.
So He can't have much health left. 19 took him to bloodied. He just took 12.
He's in really poor shape. All right. That was Kopesh's turn. The knight continues to approach upon the back of his giant toad. Oh, look at that big fireball. That's pretty much what he did then. Excellent. You can probably keep that out because we have fireball on two characters.
Okay. I did not realize that was... Okay, that's cool to know. Thanks.
How fucking big is Fireball? Damn.
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius, yeah.
Ooh.
The Bullywug Knight appears.
No.
And he can't quite get close enough. But, let's see. Let me get a measurement here. He's just south of the... Oh, he's just in range. He's going to let out a croak, Revius, to someone within 30 feet of him. And I need a wisdom saving throw as he performs a croak of charming.
No.
It sounds magical.
Oh. Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20. He looks at you, his eyes glistening with fervor. He says, please, please help my poor king. And how do you reply?
Burn. That'll make sense when my turn comes, but
Excellent.
Burning a little bit.
in a second, let me just get my components out.
Okay. Well, his toad has ferried him here. He will leap off of the back of the toad. He'll say, fine, I'll deal with you myself.
Wait, no.
Now,
You can't talk so confidently and then be like, wait a second.
however, they all have kind of... Actually, no, he has 30 feet, so he does get to you in one bound. He's going to make 2 glaive attacks against you. He has a large... Ooh, a 24 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Yeah, those hit.
I'm sorry.
Can I do shield on one
Well,
of the hits at least?
What does shield bring your AC to?
Oh,
It's
that's
plus
fair.
5.
I forgot it was a +5.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. Don't burn it. Don't
Just
worry.
barely.
You take 4 damage from the first and 7 damage from the second, as he just sort of
Okay.
blows down on you.
I was much more worried.
The second bullywug leaps and leaps, finding himself next to some tadpoles that he did not witness eviscerate his previous friend. Alaric, it is your turn, as the battlefield has become more complicated.
I'm going to look over at Kopesh with a smirk and also cast a fireball.
Okay. Position the marker where you would like it.
I say, you bastard, I did it first.
Okay. Excellent. So you drop it on those 3, the giant toad, the croaker, and Lord Cram Cram. King Cram Cram.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your damage. I'm going to make 3 checks. I'm pretty sure the croak just...
15 is the... Oh, it's a dex save.
Yeah.
Versus 15, yeah.
Yeah. But roll me your damage first, because no matter what...
25.
Okay, 25 again.
You even got the same as me. Oh, man, I'm just too cool today, huh?
Team averages.
Team averages. Okay. The giant toad...
Is gone.
No. The giant toad saves. That's 12, right? Halved? Yeah,
Yep.
rounded down 12. Okay, the... And King Cram Cram. What would you like to say to King Cram Cram before you launch this fireball that may or may not kill him?
I definitely could.
I'm
Yes,
sorry it ended this way.
All right.
I'm not.
There it is.
You tried. Yeah, unlike the rest of us, you really did try. So, Bryce,
I tried.
hats off to you. You were antagonistic trying. So you get less credit.
You are below the purple pavilion in the marshes and muck, and you point at him and speak your words. And as you point and put a finger to the diadem on your forehead, you see just a shimmer of red appear in the air above him, and it just envelops him, and you just hear, "Well, fuck you!" And when the fireball is gone and the heat washes over the party, King Cram Cram is little more than a pair of frog legs on the ground, as is the croaker.
What?
Don't
Where's
worry.
the map?
He already threw up. It was technically... Actually, make a perception check, Tegan.
Ew, God, is it stuck to you?
This is the only thing I care about, okay, guys? I got a 9.
Okay. I want a perception check from Kopesh.
I got a 16.
Okay. Kopesh.
Wait, can I use my bardic inspiration for it?
Sure. It's the D6.
Fantastic. Oh, okay, so I got 15 then.
Oh, okay.
If it's a d6.
Sure. You... Damn, I wanted you to not notice, but it is stuck to your back. Kopesh, you see it. The vomit just sort of like washed over you, so there's like gold coins, poison mushrooms, and a chunk of a map on your back.
I was giggling at it before you noticed. I was like,
With the bardic inspiration, you just hear Timothy yell out, "There's something stuck on your back!" However, the giant toad is still alive. This does not stop the onslaught of the frogs as they continue marching toward you. Is that your turn, Alaric?
Yes, it is. Wish I had another action, but I don't.
Excellent. Holy shit. I'm rolling like fire on these tadpoles. Oh, that's a D10. That does not do that much damage. Okay. The bullywug that has run down and jumped into the pool has taken 5 piercing damage as tadpoles launch out of the water like little missiles, and they just stick to him. One sticks to his neck, the other goes over his head and splashes back into the water. That guy is not in good shape.
Oh.
Other tadpoles
Sorry.
get to go now.
Oh shit, how do I undo that?
I think Control Z works. 1 hit and 1 miss. So another tadpole flies over his head, another tadpole lands and sticks. He's still going, but he's got like 1 tadpole stuck to his neck, 1 stuck to his side. You just hear him screaming in Froggish. Revius, it is your turn. You are engaged with this bullywug knight. He says, "I will avenge my lord."
No, you won't, bitch. We're king now. Wait, sorry, I have to do that with that. No, you won't. We're king now. I will bonus action command my turret to move 15 feet, and it'll move over here and activate after my turn. And I want to cast Thunderwave. Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He will attempt to make a Constitution saving throw. He fails with a 7.
2d8, and he's pushed 10 feet away from me.
Excellent.
That is 10 damage total. And then the flamethrower will do its thing. I think that's a dex save.
Your flamethrower
Oh.
can move, right?
Yes, I already moved it. I guess I should have done that in reverse order.
That's all right. We'll say it can still hit.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw?
Mhm.
All right. The knight rolls a whopping 11.
That's not gonna do it.
Roll me
He
some.
takes 2d8. Again, there's a lot of 2d8s coming today.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Okay. So, you see Revius. What does the thunder wave look like, Revius? Is this like a grenade? Is this like repulsion?
Revius takes some sort of mechanic that he has attached to his armor and basically just breaks it, tearing the wires out, and it sends just like this electrical pulse through 15 feet cube.
Excellent. Okay, so you do just that. You reach up to some of the mechanical components of your armor, you shred them off, and it just leaves this thunderwave that launches the creature over. And as he's going, you can see your mechanical sentient creature. It sort of rushes up and it roasts him as he flies through it. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. This will bring us to the actor, and he will throw a healing word on Tegan.
Huzzah!
He sings his Tegan, you're the greatest. I love
Damn
you.
right I am.
Please save me. He heals you for 6.
What a good song.
I'm starting to love the effect that he has on on TJ. So I'm becoming a fan of Timothy very quickly.
I still kind of hate you, but please save me. Powder Fist comes rushing up. He can only make it to the knight, so he's going to make it to the knight, and he's going to whip his dagger at him and just try and take some chunks out of him. He hits. Wow. And he misses. So he hits once, misses once. The knight is wearing armor, so you hear the dagger just sort of ching, and as it slides in, dealing 5 damage. Sorry. Bear with me. However, that will end his turn. Tegan, we are back to you. And you are finally
Is
not
the knight
grappled.
not bloodied?
The knight is not bloodied.
I yelled to the knight, "We are now the king. Stop this."
Persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
And this is just a free action for you. It's not your full action or anything.
23.
With disadvantage?
Yep.
Excellent. You see him pause for a moment and look over. His arms hang at his side. What would you like to do?
Did he stop?
He seems to have.
But we're not out of combat?
No. There's still things going on. You'll have to convince a giant toad and 4 blood-sucking, non-intelligent creatures to also stop.
Oh, I thought that they were on our side. Okay.
You can't start a combat and then complain that the combat's happening.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying I thought that they were okay.
What are you doing? Your minute's almost up.
I'm just moving. I'm just moving towards the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, that's my turn.
Excellent. Okay. Kopesh, it is your turn.
Let's see. Okay, let me move over closer to Revius. I look up. You okay over here? Everything all right?
I think so.
I give you a thumbs up, and I turn and look at the guy getting assaulted over there with all those little bullywug creatures. I'm like, you think they're gonna be on our side?
No. Absolutely not.
Heard you. Fireball it is. I raise a hand. I'm gonna hurl another spell at them.
Just roll damage for me, Kopesh. They don't have huge hit point pools, so if the
I'm
half...
also trying to hit that other guy too.
Okay, if the half exceeds it, I assume, are you doing this? Like... Technically, yeah.
Squeeze in that
Just
giant
move it
toad.
over a little bit and you can hit the
that's
giant toad too.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Is get a little just enough
If
to
you
come.
do, you
Ah,
will
damn.
lose
Yeah,
one
you
of the
won't.
tadpoles, but...
Well,
Actually, 2 of them.
let's do that. I'll miss 2 of them. They are less threats than the toad.
Okay. Then the giant toad will make the dex save. He succeeds with a 17.
So I rolled a 21, so I'll take 10.
Okay.
Is that Bullywug dead?
Excellent.
That's next to the toads.
He is now.
Yeah, he will be now. He only had 2 health left. He's dead. Let's see, that's 10 damage. That actually, yeah, so a dead tadpole? A dead tadpole? Dead bullywug? 2 of the tadpoles survive, and the giant toad survives. Is that your turn, Kopesh? You do have your spiritual weapon, but I'm not sure
Spiritual
it can
weapon,
reach
yeah.
anything.
It's going to move. The furthest it can move is right behind TJ.
Okay. So
So it's not hitting him. It's like the door's kind of like poking TJ in the back. Like,
Stop it, door!
I
Stop!
feel it like rubbing up against you. What does your fireball look like, Kopesh? I assume it's kind of
shaped-
different from the arcane, maybe.
so mine's more like a torch, like how a torch, the flames like rise up like that. So mine gets in a ball shape and it like rises up.
Okay.
So it's like sort of like it's less bally, more fiery. So it's less defined in its shape.
Sure, yeah. So you see this glowing ember ignite in between them and rise up into the air, expanding and searing. You can actually hear like the muddy waters boiling as it touches it quickly, leaving just several floating, bloated creatures in its wake. Excellent. If that is your turn,
That is.
the Bullywug Knight looks back and forth. He looks at you, Tegan. He says,
So who is our king then? Name a
Alaric,
king.
he's the one. Alaric, he's the one who killed King Cram Cram.
Who's Alaric?
I
I
will
point-
be interim king.
You're not a bullywug. This is some
Nope.
Yet I
bullshit.
slay your king.
Fine. This sucks.
he throws his glaive on the ground. Okay, that's his turn. This giant toad, however,
That's exactly how I felt without our new mayor. I yelled. We basically said the same thing. Fine. This sucks.
the only creature that the giant toad can get close enough to is Tegan at the moment. So it will jump to Tegan. I'm not targeting you, Jake. I promise.
I don't care.
I know.
I'm not worried about it.
He does hit for 21. You will take 12 piercing damage and 5 poison damage.
Jesus, all right.
And you are restrained as his tongue lashes out. This is the same exact thing.
Of course I am.
I took it from the giant toad and gave it to King Cram Cram, so it's the same exact attack.
That's cool.
You're a tasty morsel.
I am at 11 health.
I've got
Yikes.
you, Tegan. Don't worry.
He's got you, Tegan. I'm a dick in the back.
Alaric, it is your turn. Things are evening out. The combat seems to be dying down. However, Tegan is like suspended in the air yet again over another froggy maw.
Let me see if I can move a little bit closer, and then since fire seems to be the order of the day, I'm gonna cast Agonazar's Scorcher, which is like a line of flame that erupts from me forward for 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So you're just lancing it right through the giant toad.
I'd like to.
Okay. He and that will go through Tegan as well, but we have not discussed your class feature yet, so this will be a good introduction.
Right. Tegan, you must be terrified as you see fire coming toward you, inches away from you, just to see that it somehow moves around you. You feel cool air instead of a hot, fiery scorching, and you're protected from my spell.
Indeed.
Do you have spells?
I must be having a stroke.
It's all the frog poison. You're covered in vomit. You're covered in all the shit from yesterday. It fails its save. Bryce, roll full damage.
Okay, 9 damage.
Okay. He is not looking great as the flames dissipate. And Tegan, you're just like up in the air like, ah! Oh. As they just wash over you with sort of a cool warmth. However, the giant toad, of course, is now like on fire, sort of.
Fantastic. Frog Lakes. We'll never have them again.
The tadpoles have a lot of swim speed. But all right, so then they will have to dash. One goes down.
I didn't think they could get out of the water. That's why I'm surprised. I was like, fuck.
One goes to Timothy and one goes to Alaric, but they have dashed, so they have not reached you. They come slurping out of the water and like flopping across the ground. You hear the bard in the back just scream. Revius, it is your turn. The Bullywug Knight has dropped his glaive and he is pouting.
Okay. Before I move people out of the way on accident. Oh, hey, there's a thing there.
Yes.
I think if I just have it turn to the left and use the flamethrower, Tegan should be safe.
Yeah.
With the cone. I don't have it. I can't draw it or anything, but so I'm gonna do that. Bonus action, flamethrower,
Okay.
the tadpole, and the giant toad.
Roll your damage.
Okay.
This is dex save. Tadpole fails.
Okay, 12 damage to tadpole.
Oh, they both fail.
Okay, 12 damage to giant toad.
All right. Flames erupt from your device, and the toad rolls over, dead.
Yeah,
I was a
the
good
tadpole's still alive?
You were a good thing. And the tadpole also disintegrates. It's much smaller, so it just sort of turns to ash.
Awesome. That's it, right? Oh, I guess there's a tadpole on Timothy?
There is one tadpole left on Timothy.
Poor bastard.
It has not.
Is the knife still on the ground?
No, it is currently in the hands of Powderfist.
Okay. I am just gonna walk over then.
Both of them ran past that. So just if it was on the ground, I'd have been screamed. One of you come back here and pick his dagger up.
I'm gonna go over and try to help Timothy with. I guess I have a spear.
Please explain
That
what
I'm
you're
gonna
doing.
use.
I want you to explain how you're doing it because I'm imagining Timothy's like,
As soon as Ashley tells me what she's doing.
He's wiggling too much. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit him with a spell, so I just take a spear out and like just stand still and I start whacking him with it.
Okay. Make a strength attack.
Okay. That was cocked. It's not great. It's a 12.
You pull the spear back over your head. You're like, hold still. And you just hear Timothy go, I don't think this is a good idea. No. It whistles through the air and smacks it right on the head, right off of his face. Roll damage.
Him?
Nope.
Or the thing.
tadpole. Meets it,
Yes!
beats it. You just hit it.
Oh, okay. That's... I don't have any pluses to that. It's a 1 damage.
1 damage. It's still looking pretty good. Okay.
Alright, that's it.
It is the bard's turn.
be a hero, Timothy.
He was going to cast Shatter, but now he can't because Revius is right next to him.
Oh, he could still cast Shatter. It's fine.
That's okay. He casts Sleep on the creature. It's always fun being the DM when you do this. It's like, oh, I know exactly how much he needs to roll. Okay, he puts it to sleep and screams and runs. Ah, ah, ah! He's over by Kopesh.
Question.
Yes.
That was our last thing, right? Our last monster, I guess.
It was. Powderfist rushes over to it, but he has to use his action to dash. Yes.
It's small tadpole, right?
It is a tiny creature, yes.
I will use my free action to say, wait, don't kill it. I want to capture it.
He looks at you, he's like, you're a sick, strange one, but fine.
Knowledge is power.
Tegan, it's your turn. I would say you probably heard Revius, but your action is yours.
I
You
did.
can kill it if you want. I just figured if
No.
I can bottle it, we can learn about it.
You can.
No,
you can
I
grow
won't
a
kill it.
slod.
Or learn how to kill a slot, hopefully.
Let's name him Cole.
Can I try to bottle it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's.
I want Cole the Slod.
I see what you did there. You absolutely can, Tegan. I'm not going to require any checks. If you have like a bag, I'm just like it's probably like maybe the size of like 2 coconuts put together. I guess it's not teeny tiny.
It's big.
That's coconuts are big. They're
yeah.
like the size of your head.
Yeah,
Okay.
tiny, like a medium or a small creature is like a halfling. This is like half the size of a halfling. So it would still, it wouldn't be, it's not like a firefly. It's not like a bug, but
Oh.
tiny has some size ranges. It could be a bug, but it can be up to a very, very small creature. You can absolutely like put it in a burlap sack, tie it up.
I mean, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was, so maybe not. I might just retract.
Dangerous.
It's like the size
Okay,
of a
well then I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, just kill it.
Okay.
I thought it was like, okay, yeah, it's like a worm. It's like that big.
No, it burst out of someone's chest, so it's like
Okay, yeah, alien size.
18.
18. You just stomp it. And just,
My bad.
that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
Hey, that's pretty gross.
Heck yeah. Okay. That ends the combat. All lays still and quiet in the Melgath Empire. You have your bullywug knight pouting, looking mostly angrily at Tegan and Alaric, because Alaric's not a bullywug. You are surrounded by carnage, mostly charred carnage, though, which is actually kind of a relief to your senses because the smells are probably better. Cooked bullywug versus dead raw bullywug. There are some stares that you're getting from very far away. Like, there are a lot of bullywugs, but obviously they're not combatants. I think they're mostly shocked and very in awe of the fact that you dealt with King Cram Cram so gloriously. I mean, all the fiery eruptions that were occurring, these people have not seen this shit before. You have a lot of very afraid, fearful creatures backed into their little hovels. And you have freed the prisoners. So we will take a quick break here for 5-ish minutes.
Cool.
And
Did we level?
at the end of the session, you will, if that's consolation.
Yeah, I mean,
Typically, people will wait till the end of a session to ask that, Jake. Just saying.
I'm asking now.
Okay. Well, hold your horses for a little bit longer. Okay.
I like the calm music afterwards.
Indeed. The calm after the storm. You stand among the wreckage of your wrath, I suppose. What would the party like to do? Again, I've described some of the bullywugs are in like the houses. You've murdered anyone loyal to King Cram Cram that was willing to battle you.
I would like to take control for a sec. I'm going to cast Major Image and make myself appear this big.
Okay.
I mean,
Is there a height requirement on the spell that I can use as a frame of reference?
Yeah, so basically anything that fits inside a 20-foot cube. So
Okay.
I'm 20 feet tall.
Okay. Excellent. So you're 3 times as tall as Alaric probably is, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And using my most commanding voice, I'm speaking to the bullywugs and anyone present. I am your king now. We slayed Cram Cram. We didn't want to do this, but here we are nonetheless. We have some matters to attend to. The Red God is our new god. We all must worship the Red God. Further, the spawn in the water are unfit for our kingdom. They are mutated by some strange crystals underneath the water and must be destroyed. This is temporary. There are a few things coming. We will relocate to safer waters. Once we do, we will have a battle, and one-on-one frog combat for the next king, who will be future king henceforth.
You hear a little yee yee from some of the frogs. They're getting ready. That's all they want.
Oh, can we also I'll turn to Alaric and say, can we also mention Garganto and get rid of him somehow?
There is the problem of Garganto, the former god. We must rally a group of the finest warriors to kill Garganto.
You mean to be his lunch? I say from down below.
I am curious if the Slod would win over Garganto.
I'll turn down.
20-foot Alaric turns.
You're not actually that tall.
Lean, crouch down.
I mean, you guys also. I mean, unless you can make checks, but you see, I think, the same thing that everyone else sees. It's just an intelligence check.
Oh, I got that.
Revius, you are right. If the Slod is willing to come down from the mountains, he may be stuck there by the control stone, though.
Could we lead Garganto there?
We could. It is worth a try rather than fighting face to face.
Severely gigantic. I think we might
Let's
be
line up some
even
eggs.
with your minor illusion.
It is.
I mean, we could line up eggs now.
Yeah, we do need to get rid of him, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, he lives in a cave, doesn't he?
Yes.
What if we take some of the cornite from the pond and we cause a cave-in?
It's a good idea.
Then again, if we do that, he won't be able to take care of the pond eggs.
How can we make him so hungry he just wants to eat 800 eggs?
I mean, I imagine he'll just do it on his own, but...
Before they hatch? I don't know if we have enough time.
I think we need to take some of the village people to the lake and just start destroying eggs. With enough people, it could be done.
Do you really think these people are going to willingly slaughter their...
The king
weird
decreed it.
eggs things?
And these
Yeah.
are blue glowing eggs too. These are not their people.
I mean, turn it around the other way. If we marched into Kirhald and we said, all of you go to your nurseries and start killing these things, they are not your children.
It's a very good point.
So, like, dudes, what's the play? Bugle Boy says from, like, a hiding spot. He was down in the mud or something.
Gather 100 eggs as a start and start destroying the rest. I'll task myself with destroying the rest of the eggs, and a few of you guys can work on either collapsing the cave entrance for Garganto or leading him to the Slod.
The slaughter.
That's a
Well.
good one, Bugle.
Thanks. I'll go
What do you
collect
guys
some
think?
eggs.
Lead or cave-in?
Tegan and Kopesh, perhaps you can talk to the Slod directly and tell him that the people have accepted him as their new king. Grab
Excellent.
the-
Grab the Heartstone.
Yeah,
Hearthstone.
let's go do it.
Tegan, what are you doing with the map?
I'm gonna look at it.
Yo, are you gonna wipe the vomit off? And look at you disgustingly, like, it's covered in cram chunks.
Chunks.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
I
really
like
gross.
open the map and I literally just shake it off. I don't care.
It is just that piece of tapestry. It's like fabric, but it's blank. You know you have to just fit it in. hopefully.
I do that.
Okay, nothing happens. You think that perhaps you'll need someone to mend it for you.
God damn
Oh wait,
it.
hey, I can do that.
That's convenient.
Ravius!
Yes.
Ravius, I need your help.
Wow,
Take
let's
this,
go.
and I like throw the
Lieutenant, you want to trade daggers? That one's a little more valuable. I kind of want that back. But I have an old dagger you can have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And he flips it
Take
deftly in his hand and holds the handle to you.
I take out my old one and hand it to him. You might need this, so we'll just swap daggers.
I appreciate it. I am at your call.
He just sort of sticks to you, Kopesh, because you took the time to take care of him during the fight.
Oh,
Powder
sorry.
Fist, can you go help Alaric?
Help him do what?
Whatever he needs.
Do you need
We
my
need to
help?
grab 100 eggs, and then we need to start destroying bullywug eggs.
Well,
Oh,
All right.
hang on, I'm not quite. Why do we need the eggs? Are we leading Gargento? Are we caving him
I'd
in?
like to give you the option, just in case the cave-in doesn't work.
That's
Or it doesn't
Fair.
hold him.
I can help.
oh.
Oh, yes, of course.
He kicks.
we'd love to have you, Timothy.
He kicks the
Silly
burn-
bitch.
Fuck you, Tegan.
He kicks the burning toad feet of King Cram Cram as he walks past.
Perhaps
Is
as
there
a
other-
bard, you can lull the great creature into a state of calm.
I could try taunting him. I don't know how calm I'll make him.
I don't know about that.
Let me
can-
consult my abilities.
You can just make music, can't you? Perhaps that will be enough to soothe him or something. I don't know.
am an actor, not a musician.
Apologies.
Come with us and just follow my lead, Timothy.
Very well. Would you require song?
Yes.
All right.
He sings, liltingly and kind of pitifully.
I turn to I turn to Kopesh and I like mouth, "I'm so sorry."
I look at you. And I'm
Timothy
like,
singing.
I look at you and seeing that you're a little bit upset about it, I just smile. I'm like, louder, louder, Timothy.
And we're off to collect the eggs. And we're going
That's
to
not
do
what we're
something.
doing, Timothy.
We're going to the Red God.
Sorry, I have
there
not
you go.
practiced singing in quite some time. They throw mud pies at me.
You'll get another one pretty soon.
Fuck you, Tegan.
He starts singing louder.
Okay, are we splitting up?
Looks that way.
I guess so.
Can I meet with some of the bullywugs and see if any of them know some of the options for other swamps to relocate to?
I mean, you can meet. So you have Bugle Boa with you, and you have the Bullywug Knight. Who says his name is
Okay.
Takriti. And as you're sort of together with them, they can confer with you and give you a sense of things. Most of the bullywugs that remain are like the townsfolk or like women and children. There are men, of course, among them, but you know, these two could probably provide you with ample information. What would you like?
So I just want to talk with them about where the next spot to move in here. Hopefully closer to Cragwatch, further away from Kier Hall, but just something protected and out of the way.
Bugleboa,
With no coronite.
Bugleboa will say, "Well, dude, we're about like 2 miles from the coast. We could try heading down the coast past the Barrier Mountains, but it's harsh. We can try
About north.
North, through the plains, we could eventually go to like dwarf dozen lakes, but I think the Kierholians would just kill us.
Okay. And what about up the coast instead of down the coast?
That'd be Crag Watch territory. They'd just kill us too. We're here because nobody wants this place except for us.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the waters here are just unfit for your people.
Guess
Where's the next
that's
best place?
Just the truth everywhere, then. Well, I don't know. Got any clean lakes
South.
that the humans want to give up?
I don't think so, given the bullywug's ability to pollute and spread.
Sorry, dude.
Maybe you're like relocating to at least like the Shepherd's River. Maybe a little further from this area might be a good start at least. I mean, I feel like those areas are less infested than this with Cornite.
We can try.
Well, help!
All right.
We have to head out that way anyway.
Killer. So, you've had a little bit of conversation with some of the bullywugs. Your decree seems to stand. It seems to have affected the people that are here. People begin packing up their belongings, packing up their little hovels, which does not take long. Mostly, as soon as you're like out of eyeshot, you hear a big commotion. And if one was to return, you can tell that they're just disassembling King Cram Cram's pavilion. People are like fighting over the carpets and the pillows, and everything's just being torn to shreds and taken. They're all just trying to get a piece of what King Cram Cram had. You probably will come back to a few bullywugs like retching and puking as they tried to eat some of the regurgitated poison mushrooms. But at any rate, you split up. Some of you go to Lambent Lake. Some of you head to the mountains. How about we get just a D20 roll from one person going to the lake and one person going to the mountain, and the higher number will be who goes first.
All right. You just want a D20?
Yep.
Oh, baller. 19.
The mountain as in the mountain where Garganto is, or mountain where the slot is?
Slod. I believe that's what
Okay.
was decided.
We're actually splitting three-way, because
I mean, I have
Revis
to
is
go to the
going
lake.
to Garganto.
I have to go to the
Oh,
lake
yeah, yeah.
initially anyways to get explosives.
Okay.
True.
We are going to say that, Revius, you travel there with Bugle Boa after the discussions, and that you begin to formulate an operation. I don't want to take too long with this.
Bryce won.
Okay.
He got a 19, I got a 17.
Okay, so Bryce, what are you doing?
We're going to the lake.
Okay, so you go to the lake with Revius, and you guys
Yes.
begin to form an operation. Is this like you're convincing the bullywugs to assist you, or are you just sort of handling this?
I'd like to bring one or two warriors or something like that as well.
Okay. You find some of the scouts that occasionally return, and you know they get caught up on the events. They accept it slightly. You feel like the more bullywugs that return home, the more tenuous your grasp on them as their king grows, because you are not a bullywug. You can even hear some chafing among them. You think that in time, they will begin to challenge you to one-on-one combat. Their patience is wearing thin, especially for the ones that have not seen you immolating their fellow creatures. Is that all?
Yes, every once in a while, I'll firebolt like a friggin' tree or something like that. Like
Okay.
just like I'm crazy. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
He's crazy. That seems to work pretty well. They don't like fire that
Okay.
much. However, it's just something to be aware of for long periods of
Okay.
time. What exactly do you want to do at Lambent Lake with the egg hatchery? You arrive, you can see that the warm waters are there. Most of the people are milling about, the bullywug people. There's some excitement, some chattering.
Revius, how many of these eggs do you think you might need if the cave-in doesn't work?
I mean, from here to the slod. How far away was it? It's
A
rough.
couple miles.
Couple months. Oh, that's a lot. Probably. Let's say one every.
Make an intelligence check. We'll see if we
Okay.
can just fudge it for all of our sakes.
Calculating.
A few hundred, sure. You said intelligence?
Mhm.
Okay. It's 25.
Okay. You think 250 eggs will do it.
250 eggs. Which is probably a lot.
Yeah. They're like bowling ball size. They're not that heavy, but
Okay.
challenging. It will be very challenging. More of a, you have to convince a lot of bullywugs to assist. You have to get like an old school fireman water line going on, maybe, or something.
I mean,
There's some
we could
logistics
do
here.
that. It might take a lot of convincing, or if the cave-in fails, I take one egg and I run towards the mountains, towards the slot.
Yes, you could
I mean,
do
I'll have
that.
to get out of there either way.
Okay.
Very true.
Tegan will do that.
Can I look at the lake and see how much coronite is there?
It's a few hundred feet of it, but the eggs are directly attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost exclusively.
How do you plan to deal with the eggs? Are we blowing them up? Are we simply just
I'll
smashing
try
them?
what Tegan said with that magic missile down into the water. If that doesn't work,
Um,
just smashing them one by one.
Before you do, let me get some of the coronite so I can
Sure.
collapse the cave.
Okay. You all set about your duties. Revius, you swim down, and I mean, you have to breathe. It is a lake. It is fairly deep. Like it's unless you're using something that gives you the ability to breathe underwater, this takes you time.
I don't think I have anything like that.
It's probably
I have goggles!
it's probably a few hours just to, get down there. Like you chisel a few away, and you feel you need more air. You swim back up. You swim back down. You swim back up. You swim back down. I mean, this is like an hour of doing that, and you are just exhausted. I need a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
for exhaustion.
She starts to drown.
8.
8. Okay. You have disadvantage on all ability checks until your next long rest, as you get exhaustion
Yikes.
level 1 from this arduous endeavor.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Bryce, you are
I'm just waiting.
Waiting.
Once she's done. Hmm.
okay, and
Hopefully, I'll convince some of the little kind of villages that were around the lake to be okay with what we're about to do. That kind of thing.
okay, excellent. You're glad handing the bullywug people with this unfortunate news. Revius is working in the lake, and meanwhile, Kopesh and Tegan have traveled back up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You are just seeking the Red God?
Yep.
Okay. As you travel up, you try to remember the very specific pathing to get there. I would like a survival check from you, Tegan. And you can make it with advantage because you are being aided by Kopesh. Or vice versa, whoever wants to make the check. Or you can each make
I'm
one
gonna
check.
use my corruption. Oh wait, hold on. You said with advantage.
Yes, with advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna still use my corruption.
Roll a D100 for me. I think this is your 6th.
Fantastic.
What happens?
We'll find out. I don't know.
You're playing with glass.
Why didn't we bring full grow with us? Is what I'm bitching about.
15.
Even with corruption? Oh no, this is your D100.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Carry on.
Why didn't we just
Okay.
come alone? If Fulgra knew the way, and we're
Well,
saying,
even with corruption,
God,
I got a 15. So
I'm bitching. I was like, we should have brought Fulgra. He would have been happy that his red god's being accepted. We just went up here without him, made him pull eggs. What the fuck were we thinking? I'm just bitching. Mad.
Kopesh is complaining as Tegan is attempting to remember the path, and it's just He's really grinding on you. Plus, you have this bard behind you just singing and singing and singing, and it's awful.
Just shut up, everybody. Oh my god.
Eventually, you do make your way back. It takes a couple tests, but you are still very grody, and you find that if you walk into the quicksand, you are pretty resistant because of that. And as you weave and wind your way up, eventually you come to one of these plateaus, and the singing of the bard perhaps seems to attract the red god. Before long, you hear his hops, and you can hear the skittering of some rocks coming down the mountains from the barrier mountains to the south and surrounding you. And eventually, the red god comes onto your plateau, and he stands before you, his yellow, unblinking eyes gauging you, his claws flexing at his side, and he says, "Well,
You are now the god of the Melgath Empire. We've come to collect the Heartstone."
I raise some incense towards him. Smoking, just like as heralding him as the new god.
Very well. You have done well.
and he looks up the hill, and you can see Fulgra is hopping down behind him slowly, and he just yells up to him,
Go to town, confirm it.
He reaches into a small pocket, and he pulls out a brown marble of glass, and he holds it out to you, Tegan.
I take it and put it in my pocket, and I'll wait for Fulgrath to come back to verify the information.
He was offering it to you freely, but he nods in respect at your decision. And he says,
Something is different about you. You smell of the mountain.
What do you mean by that?
I lean towards TJ. Ugh, gross.
I am sure you will find out in time.
Is this something I should be worried about? Meeting your maker?
It is not the smell of my maker. If you go to the tower and you find the control stone, I will tell you more.
What does the control stone actually do?
It allows me to be controlled.
By the people that have it?
Correct.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's telling me the full truth?
Sure.
I don't see why he would be lying about it, but I mean, I don't trust this thing. I got a 3, never mind.
Wise.
yeah, you're really not sure.
How long does it take for Fulgrath or whatever his name to come back?
Crescent Fulgra returns in
Fulgrath.
probably like 30-40 minutes. He hops down and hops back up. He says,
They are telling the truth, my lord.
Very good. You are free.
Could we possibly get assistance back down the mountain?
Fulgra, take them.
Yes, my lord.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
you see him disappear into one of the caves that seem to lead into the mountains.
I turn to Kopesh and I say, and I like kind of whispered to him, we are definitely not giving him that control stone back.
Oh, of course not.
What was that?
He did not
We
hear.
were just talking about how annoying Timothy is.
Tell the human to shut his yap.
Timothy, shut up.
Oh, fine. Okay. You guys make your way down, back down the mountain. With the assistance of Fulgra, it's very easy. He has the path memorized. He tries not to do any large hops to further screw you over. And when you reach the bottom of the mountain, you come back to the lake. It's been a few hours, and Revius has just finished his coronite collections and egg collections. You are all reunited. You have
What? You look kind of worse for wear, Revius. You okay?
I fucking hate water.
Tell
Yeah,
me
so
about
this-
it. Oh man, I can tell you stories about how I hate water too. I almost drowned. Good lord, yes, I hate water.
No,
Did you guys get the
don't.
stone?
I lift it up.
Oh,
Nice.
That's a
Well.
relief.
That's one part taken care of. Last, kill
So he
Gargantua.
did also talk about the control stone and how anyone who wields it controls him.
Okay. Useful piece of information.
Yes, they offered willingly.
We find the control stone.
It's in the tower.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but maybe it's in one of those new, strange, closed-off areas that we haven't seen yet.
Well, at the very least now we know that whoever is king over the mountains is connected to the tower.
All right, so you guys got the plan to take care of old Garganto?
I mean, as much of a plan as we can have. I want to take the Cornite and make bombs out of them.
Oh, you're not. Oh, damn! I didn't know you could fashion them into bombs. That just blew them up. You can
mean-
you can do anything, can't you?
I mean, they're highly unstable in raw form, and I figure if I find a piece of flint, which is not hard in a gravel pond, throw it in a bag and throw it at the wall.
I guess we can toss some spells into it, make it even more dangerous.
Could. Are you all going to come? Are you done with the slot, I suppose?
Yeah, we've taken care of things. Got the Heartstone. We're good on our end.
Alright.
excellent. So the party is prepared to leave Lambent Lake and head down to.
Well, I think I'm gonna stay and try to destroy things. I mean, I can come back. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, you could destroy the lake first if you want. I just sort of need.
I'll
to
stay
know.
with Alaric and see if I can help in any way.
Okay.
Just say. Revius will, sort of say as they're packing up to go, as much as I hate being the bad guy, I may not want to leave the lake alone. The bullywugs, they might try to save the eggs.
Even a single egg could turn into another Garganto. Tegan, you said a magic missile may do the trick if it hits Coronite in the right way?
I think so. I mean, my family is pretty familiar with Coronite, so.
Okay. I will
What's
try.
up, Revius?
I was just gonna, while you guys are doing that, I want to start tying all the bombs and flints and shit together.
I'm gonna step away from the lake.
I would
Yeah.
like perception checks from everyone.
Oh.
Perceive. 10.
Ah!
18?
Okay.
21.
That was awful.
Okay. Kopesh and Tegan. You feel rather than hear something at first. A thump,
Goddamn cinder.
thump, thump. And then you hear Yee-hoo! As Gerblebits comes riding the froghemoth toward the party.
Garganto?
Nice.
Garganto. It's been several hours. He has caught wind of his god's demise.
Oh.
I would like initiative for a
God
skill
damn it.
challenge.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
This is gonna be
21.
awful for me. Oh.
Only one of us was not ready for this.
So do I have to do with disadvantage, or is that only ability checks?
I don't think initiative is an ability check.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it only ability checks, or?
We'll just have this one normal, but it may be at disadvantage. I'm just not sure, but it's not terribly important for this.
Okay.
This is a skill challenge. It's really just to keep it clean. So Tegan, we've got a 21. Alaric, we've got
Yeah,
a
me and
21.
Alaric both got a 21.
Excellent. Kopesh with a 6. Revius with a 22. Excellent.
I do have a clarifying question very quickly before we start.
Yes.
With the time I took to get the coronite, did I also have time to make the bombs, basically put them in a bag
Yeah.
with some flint?
I will
Okay.
say that you've had ample time. You have all the eggs, you have all the coronite. So I would say you're standing in a group, you're viewing the lake, you're looking out, wondering what the bullywugs will do with it, when rushing towards you from basically the southern swamps, you see through the haze and the reeds this gargantuan froghemoth approaching with a bullywug riding his eye stalks, sort of just holding on as best he can. All right. Just bear with me one moment.
I'm excited to
Greg,
see
you're
where this
muted.
is going.
Oh, I just saw that your lips were moving and there was no sound coming out.
Oh, sorry. I'm also talking to myself too, so I try not to
Someone cast silence on you.
all the time.
Alrighty. First up, Revius, it's your turn.
Revius is so confused. He doesn't know what to do now. What, are we just fighting?
Yeah.
Are we just fighting?
It's a skill challenge, so I need you guys to think on your feet and try to avoid this, because there's a reason this is a skill challenge and not a combat.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I have explosives in my hand. Actually, what, are we allowed to take actions? Or just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, free actions? I yell up to Gerbil Bits and say, "What are you doing?"
My baby's a god! Y'all gonna die!
Oh, sorry, kitty.
Okay. I wanna look at the party. I'm assuming there's still a lot of coronite in the lake. I didn't just strip the whole thing.
There is tons, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like you have a couple backpacks full, maybe.
I look at the party and I say, "Do we want to lure him into the lake? It will explode.
Yes.
Hopefully." All right. Then I want to run to the other side of the lake, I guess.
Okay.
It's a big ass
I
lake.
don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it's a
swim?
lake, not a pond. This isn't.
Is it like a lake?
Yeah, it's a few hundred feet probably across.
I was imagining, like, literally, I was imagining, like, Lake Erie. A great lake.
See you guys!
Not quite that big. Like a small lake, but I mean, still a lake. This isn't a pond. You can see across it, but you know it would be an arduous challenge. Like, it would take an elite swimmer to simply ford a lake by breaststroke alone quickly.
I mean, I'll look to the party and say, "We need to lure him in." I don't know what else to do, so
You have the eggs at your disposal. You have the bombs at your disposal.
I'm not gonna
Throw
use
an
the
egg
bombs
into
yet.
the lake.
Sure.
Make a trail of eggs into the water. See what happens.
Take a strip of eggs.
Okay. Revis, you begin to throw eggs?
Yep.
Okay. Make an athletics check for me with disadvantage, unfortunately, because of your exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can think of like creative spells, if you want to use the Thunderwave spell to just launch a ton of eggs out, if you want to use a tool to do this, if you want to command bullywugs in the surrounding areas to help you, this is swift creative time to shine.
But I've already rolled.
Okay, what'd you get?
Ass.
Okay. You kick
was a
an
1.
egg and it splatters all over the ground.
Ew!
Alaric, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna magic missile the lake right now.
Wait. Don't
Wait,
don't.
it's not. He's
don't
not
do
there
that.
yet.
Alaric magic missiles the lake. You see Alaric turn on his heel, point, touch his diadem as magic missiles fling out from his fingertip into the water, and then you see them silently glimmer until it pierces the cave, or the stone formation under the water. There is an eruption like nothing you have seen in your lifetime. The lake rises up hundreds of feet in the air and comes cascading down, sending a tidal wave washing over all of you. Would like Constitution saving throws from everyone.
Jeez.
Oh, joy, another saving throw?
This you do not have disadvantage with, Ash. That's just ability checks.
It doesn't matter. I got a 1.
Okay, you were washed far away.
I got a 7.
Okay, you were washed away.
22.
Alaric,
I got a 9.
Alaric was prepared. He braces against the wave as his
Christmas
party
party!
disappears.
I'm glad that he was the one who was prepared.
Tegan,
I rolled a nat 20.
Tegan, you feel the water carrying you back toward the froghemoth. What do you do?
I want to, in my shock, I want to yell to Gerbil Blitz, and say, we can still have him be an honorary figure, but just not a god.
Make a deception check. Or persuasion.
$23.
Okay. He's like, you mean it?
Absolutely.
You see him yank back on the eye stalks. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare my my dagger, or not my dagger, my short sword, just in case he gets too close to me.
Okay. It is the froghemoth's turn. You see Gerbilbits pull back on the eye stalks. A tongue lolls out of the creature, wrapping around him, and you just hear "Ah!" as he's pulled into the froghemoth's mouth and
Oh,
eaten.
good. Oh, good.
Kopesh, it's your turn.
How tall is the froghemoth?
30
I've been
feet.
being washed. Perfect. I misty step on top of the head now.
Okay. Kopesh is on top.
Woo! Woo! Now that I'm up here, let's see.
How's your animal handling? You're muted.
I was gonna do just that.
Okay.
So I was like, let me try. I try yanking
Yeah.
on the eye stalks.
Give me an animal handling check.
Somebody else see this? I got a nat fucking 20. I scream, this is how you do it, Gobabits! And I yank hard.
Well, he's dead. He's eaten, bro.
I know, I hope you can hear me digesting in there.
What are you going to do with the froghemoth?
Well, there's nothing to...
Take him to the slot.
I'm gonna ride him, I'm gonna ride him to the slog, wherever that is. I'm gonna start riding him to the mountains.
Okay. So you get about 30 feet. We are going to go back to the top of the order. Revius, it is your turn. You do have a backpack of a coronite bomb on your back. You have been swept toward the froghemoth, which just ran past you with a Kopesh on top.
I guess I'll.
You guys can communicate during this. You can coordinate.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do. I don't know if we're killing this thing or trying to get it away.
I will give
or
you
what.
a hint. If you fight this creature, you will all perish swiftly.
Okay, it is towards the lake or away from the lake?
It's running away from the lake
Compared to where
now.
I am.
So you were all at the lake front. It was approaching from the south. The lake blew up, sweeping you 30 feet away from the lake toward the creature. The creature ran up to you. And then Kopesh teleported on top of its head and started to run it farther up along the lake toward the east. So it's realistically pretty much in your vicinity.
Okay. I guess I want to throw the bombs at its feet to try and steer it further away / towards slot. I don't know.
So you're not throwing it at it. You're throwing it, and she's trying to guide it towards the mountain, right?
Yeah.
You're not trying to hit it. You're just trying to.
I mean, if it hits it, so be it. But it's. I don't know.
You guys can communicate. Let's take a minute. Outside of initiative, let's talk about what you want to do. This isn't.
So here's the thing: if we hit it, it's going to definitely start to attack us.
Mm-hmm.
Seems that Kopesh has control of it for now. You don't have to.
It's a couple hours of a run.
Yeah.
He can definitely
you don't
get
have
to
to
safety.
act immediately. You can move. Do you have any control spells or anything that might help? Does your
I'm out of my ass right now. I'm going to ride this thing until it starts to eat me. We got to get it away from and I'm going to ride it back to the city.
You can always roll the eggs in its general direction to see if it'll eat it by itself.
Yeah, but it's also a bowling ball. I can't carry that many. I can carry like one, maybe 2. That's.
Kopesh, can you steer it to the mountains?
It's the plan until something else happens. I'm literally trying to avoid being eaten.
Okay.
I mean, I'll, I guess, use the bombs to try and just steer it. I don't want to hit it, just scare it.
You're just gonna throw the bombs.
Yeah, one at a time.
Okay, I'll say you have 2 backpacks of Coronite.
That's a good amount.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna throw one, just in its general direction, but not close enough to hurt it?
Yes.
Okay. Make a spell attack.
Okay.
God damn it, we could have used this late right now. Get this thing away from me.
10.
Okay. You throw the bombs toward it, but not too close to it, and they erupt with a concussive wave that looks like it would have just... It leaves like a 20-foot crater in the ground.
Oh, jeez.
You almost hit me.
Alaric, it's your turn.
I will do my best to just kind of animal handling check to help out too. So like an air traffic control pilot, like this way.
I'm gonna give you a performance check.
Okay, let's do performance. No, that's bad. It's a 7.
Okay. The creature begins to angle itself toward you, but you see Kopesh yank and pull it back away as it comes thundering in your direction. Tegan, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to... Jesus, I don't know. I'm going to... do an acrobatics check to try to jump onto the creature with Kopesh.
Okay. Make your acrobatics check.
$19.
19. You are affixed to the back end of the froghemoth. You are cupping a butt cheek as it rushes past you.
Fantastic.
All right. I am going to give up its turn because Kopesh is controlling it very well for the time being. Kopesh, it is your turn. Do you just continue to control him?
Muted.
I'm going to continue controlling it. and I was just jump off now.
Okay.
So I was just like, I got up
Jesus.
I'm setting him on a way. I pretty much grabbed the stalks and told him to go this direction. I'm like, I look at you holding under a butt cheek. I'm like, good luck.
Okay.
I'm getting off.
Kopesh.
I leap.
Kopesh leaps and jumps into the water. Kopesh, make an acrobatics check for me. Or strength athletics, your choice.
Athletics, and I rolled a 9.
Okay. You more or less belly flop into the water.
Oh!
It's not pleasant, but at least you're wearing some armor.
Is there even any water left in the lake?
I would say it's more like there's 5 feet of water everywhere as it sort of begins to come back into the lake. As the tidal wave disperses. But yeah, there's still water in the lake.
Like, surface. Oh!
Yep, Kopesh, you jump into the lake. We're back to the top of the order here.
I still don't know what to do. I'm not getting in front of it because I know I won't be able to outrun it
Listen,
or do
I
checks.
surface. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. You can all choose to retreat. That's fine. It is running toward the mountains at the moment.
Good now. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Kopesh gets up and begins to run.
You said 5 feet. I swim. That's too high for me to run. I drown, walk, swim.
Okay. It's rushing toward the mountains. Revius, do you retreat?
I mean, I have one more backpack, so I may as well throw it behind it to try and keep it moving. So I'll throw it and then retreat.
Okay. One more spell attack. This isn't with disadvantage, it's a spell attack.
It doesn't matter. It's another 10.
Okay. Where did you throw it? Just behind it again?
Just
you're
behind
not
it,
trying to
yeah.
hit it? Oh,
No.
It leaves a crater behind it. But I mean, these explosions look like they would have destroyed the creature if you had gotten it to it. Okay. The party chooses to retreat as the creature runs into the mountains.
I'm still on it.
What would you like
Shut
to do, Tegan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to follow the creature from a safe distance and just make sure it's headed toward the mountains.
Okay.
Revia sits the fuck down. I'm good out here.
I'm gonna definitely jump off.
Kopesh looks behind and sees that his party is doing stupid stuff. He's like, what the hell? Guys! I scream, we gotta go!
So I put my cloak up, and I jump off. I got a 10.
Excellent. You roll in the waters. It's not like you take any damage, but you're fine. The creature continues running. Alaric, you give chase to him?
Yeah. So I'm not making sound because I have my boots on, but I just want to make sure it continues on the path that Kopesh has set it on.
Okay. It continues running in that direction for a while. I mean, this is a couple hours we're talking about.
Okay.
It has no one's controlling it. It looks like after it runs for a time, it starts to slow down and it starts to sniff the air for food.
Okay. If I see that, then I will back away because
Make
I smell
a stealth check.
like stuff. Oh, I have advantage on stealth checks. 16.
Okay. The creature breathes in deeply. You can almost feel the air getting sucked in towards it because of its size, even from many feet away. And it lunges towards you onto a bush, and its head comes up and just gargles down like a giant toad that was in the bush next to you. And you slip away.
Evil.
The party arrives back at the lake. You have destroyed the eggs. You have annihilated the Coronite supplies. Garganto has escaped, but what would you like to do?
Not our problem.
The evening is nearing.
We gotta get out of here. I don't know what the hell you three were doing, but
I was trying to help you, Dick.
I sat down at the edge of the lake. What do you mean, 3?
Oh my God, Revius, I'm going to have to teach you how to throw. You missed everything. You grab butt cheeks over there, TJ. Hope you're having fun. And Alaric, you chase after that thing. What is the matter with you 3? Oh my God. This decision making.
I have spent the last 3 hours trying to collect enough material to. Everything went to shit.
And you throw it on the floor.
Fuck you.
Can I trip Alaric? Not Alaric. Can I trip Kopesh into like one of these disgusting ass ponds that they've created?
I mean, you have to like shove Kopesh into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Can I do that?
Yeah. You can make a strength athletics check, Kopesh. You can either contest it with strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
16.
So that's a 10.
Okay, Kopesh, you fall in your butt into some of the muck.
What the hell?
That's what you get for talking out of your ass.
Okay, everyone, look. It was a tense time. We were all trying to do our best. I know we all want to get out of here. We're nearly there. We hold it together for just a little longer.
I don't think the wise decision would be to go back to the Empire. They don't seem to be very happy with the arrangement. They might
have
try
to have them relocate.
They might try to usurp power.
I still think we have control for a little longer.
Bugle Boa will say, I can go back, dudes, if you don't want to. I don't think your townsfolk will, take to me anyway.
Would you be able to convince these people to relocate?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you right here, Alaric. There's really nowhere for us to go. But we'll move on. We'll find something. Don't sweat it.
Maybe closer to the edge, closer in, like we mentioned before. Maybe Shepherd's might be a better place for you guys.
Yeah, or
Cleaner.
we can try the watershed.
With the state of the mountain, another landslide eruption may bring more coronite down and just continue to pollute this area. Just a matter of time before...
I'll try to convince them to head to the coast.
Look, if anything, just make sure the eggs are laying in clean water.
I'll try. Depends who, becomes the next king, really.
Is there any way we could pass that on to you, that you can pass it to somebody else?
He doesn't want to.
Like he offered last time. He mentioned that he didn't want to do it, but he would be willing to do it. But you could pass it on to somebody else if you don't want to be king, right? Or you can't be forced into it.
I can try. It's more likely I'll be beaten to death, but
I really don't want that. Out of everybody here, you're the one who's been usually the one who's been the most consistent, friendly to me. I don't want anything to happen to you.
I'll try my best to stay alive, Kopesh. Don't sweat it, all right? He stands up straight and tall, and he gives you all a deep bow. He says, "It's really been an honor, my dudes."
The honor has been ours, my dude.
Likewise. Thank you for everything that you've done.
I hope to see you again. Bye.
If you don't mind, I'm going to cast a quick spell on you just to give you a little, potential advantage, and I'll cast Mage Armor on him.
Righteous. Look how shimmery I am.
This may help protect you against some of those more aggressive your brothers and sisters.
Excellent. Thank you. And Buglaboa walks off toward the sunset.
For the last time.
No.
One will have to wait and see. You know how I like a good comeback. All right.
Anyway, Kopesh is only going to talk to the only two people that pissed him off royally today. So looks at Timothy and Lieutenant. Are you guys no worse for the wear?
I am so ready to be home.
Same. Let's get you there.
Hang on.
Yes.
We just sent our guide off to lead the Melgath Empire. How are we supposed to get across the rivers? You know, with the tentacles and...
I think we need to rest. Pretty weary after that encounter. Is there any place we can set up camp?
You look around the swamp. It is a vast swamp. That was the most helpful comment from your DM today.
Let's set up shop here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel fit to travel.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
a perception check to see if I can suss out the best place to set up camp in this area.
Sure. Make a perception check. As long as this is a short rest, you guys are probably fine. A long rest will take you well into the night of Saturday. And
15.
Okay. I mean, you look around. You head to the northern side of the lake toward home, and you can find some various areas where there's like a small, slight hill, or you can use the mold earth again to raise up the little parapets to get out of the water. And I mean, it's relatively secure here. There's some of the annoying firefly mites and whatnot, and of course the stench of the swamp, but otherwise, safe-ish for a time. It is kind of a wild card not knowing what the froghemoth is up to, because it's just sort of loose down here. Like, if you want to sleep for 8 hours, I'm going to call for watches.
Would like to sleep.
A long rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, if you're interrupted, you do not get the effects of a long rest.
So if you take watch, it's only a short rest, right?
No, you'll still get the rest as long as you all take your watches.
Okay.
Well,
You muted
I
there.
think that
So we're gonna risk it with that thing out here, you guys?
Just can't imagine getting back through that river right now. I mean, we could try, but I may need some help from you all.
well, you could just use your air thing. You can just turn into gas.
Not anymore. I've used most of my spell abilities in combat.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to do this long rest here. But I think that we should just wait until the morning then, on Sunday.
Didn't we
And-
hop, skip, and jump our way at least across this first part here? Now that we're furthest in. But yeah.
Nah, that river's the most dangerous.
Sure.
If we're gonna just do the long rest, we just wait until morning. Like,
Yeah, I
the
thought
best,
it was well into the night.
It's 8 hours.
yeah. The best part, I mean, the most stupid thing to do is to traverse this area at night.
Oh man, we're gonna start missing stuff tomorrow.
You do have resources at your disposal. You are kings of the bullywugs, briefly.
I mean, we could get giant frogs, but I don't think that would get us across the river with the tentacles.
We could try. Giant frogs sound pretty cool to ride.
Yeah, that's true. We could get them.
Yeah, if we can make any sort of movement that can get us closer out of here, I'm down for it.
I think that sounds
Okay.
really cool.
Let's do that.
Okay. The party takes a little bit of time to come back to the Melgath Empire. You see in the distance Bugle Boa commanding people, telling them to go to and forth. And his shimmering armor seems to be keeping him in control. A couple bullywugs also witnessed what happened at the lake. And they just sort of cower from Alaric. They saw him destroy the ocean, like the lake. So they sort of bow down before you and like crawl away. Bugle Boa knows, yo, dudes, you're back. I'm doing okay. Didn't have to check up on me.
It's good to hear.
Taking
We
too
really
long.
only came back for a little bit of guidance. From you, as now the new king. We need to figure out how to get back out of the swamp here. We were hoping to use some toads to help.
You got it. Anything for the liberators.
All right. He goes around into the residential area where all the little shacks are. You can see that King Cram Cram's pavilion has been completely disassembled now. And he comes back with 6 giant toads. He says,
All you gotta do is, leave them at the swamp and they'll come home. Swamp's edge, you know? They can cross all the rivers on their own. They know how.
Oh, sweet.
I should have,
Even
this
the
is
one with
great.
the tentacle things.
Yeah. They just gotta get, grody first. It's our secret.
One with the earth. I remember now.
Yeah. Y'all gotta do it, though.
make insight checks.
Righteous, bro.
Grody.
Inside checks?
Yep.
Oh, 8.
Okay.
No insight from me, bro.
That would be a 23.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Do I have disadvantage?
Technically, yes.
It doesn't matter.
A smile cracks his face as he notes the skeptical
22.
look. Ooh, very nice.
Where was that when the froghemoth came?
Down a toilet, apparently.
Aw. His smile cracks when he sees the skeptical looks from 3 of you, having only fooled one. He says,
Oh, I'm just kidding, bros. Only the frogs gotta get grody.
and he like walks them through the pools of filth so that they're covered.
Just, alright. Adios. Don't know what language that is, bros, but it means see
Peace
you
out,
later.
bro.
Take care of yourself.
He gives you
Good
a
luck.
froggy salute.
I give him a fist bump.
He clasps it with a sweaty hand.
Thanks.
Yeah, bro.
Good luck.
Can I give him some gold just in case, like he needs it for
I thought he didn't like
protection?
You put a couple pieces of gold in his hand, and he looks up at you and he says,
I understand.
and he puts it in his mouth and begins to swallow it.
No!
That was in case you needed to barter with other people, bro. But
Don't
okay.
worry, this is like Bullywug Pocket.
Oh, okay, cool. Right.
Bye.
You've just created another King Cram Cram.
But maybe he'll be a good King Cram Cram.
Maybe.
I hope.
All right. The party departs, hopping their way through the swamp. The giant toads make quick and easy work of all 3 rivers. Any of the tentacles, when you jump into the first, the tentacles just steer clear. You can see that there's just clouds of filth coming off the frogs as you sort of bob forward. And then the second one, and the third, Shepherd's Crossing. Jake, you're probably like, man, if I just had one of these toads, I could smuggle every person easily. But you make it out of the swamp. Do you disembark from the frogs and let them return?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done some good work.
Okay. They ribbit, and they even like keep the firefly mites off you. They eat them as you're traveling. It's perfect. But you do let them go, and they disappear into the shimmering mire. You head along the Stellan coast. You are filthy, you are tired, and in some cases you are hurt. But in the distance, as night begins to fall, a faint, cool breeze comes from the coast, reminding you that you are coming home. Before long, you see the brick and mortar buildings coming into sight. Kier Hall awaits you.
Before we get that far, I want to just go to one of my stashes to like give Powder Fist, which has a map of Kier Hall and an X that points to my safe house.
Okay, yeah. You stop at one of your stashes on the outside of the swamp first, and then you can dole everything out to him. He's very thankful. It seems that he's going to let bygones be bygones for the most part. But he says, I'll probably need some help setting up. And Timothy is
go to the location on the map, and I'll help you out later.
Very well, thank you. And Tegan.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back.
If I thought that you were alive, I would have come back sooner.
I'll take it into consideration. He marches off. Being towed behind him, the bard, unless someone tries to keep Timothy around, he will also just head home and be like, I wonder if any of my family is waiting for me.
I certainly
Timothy,
hope so.
just be careful. What's his face? Why can't I not remember the Arcanum guy's name?
Kalsif.
Kalsif,
I wasn't
thank
gonna
you.
tell. No, I was gonna let you steal. You're
Kalsif's the mayor now, so
All right.
just keep that in mind.
Okay. I want to be a performer again.
Oh, can I persuade him to make
just
a
ignore
terrible
everything?
song about Kalsif?
You can make a persuasion check with disadvantage on this. He doesn't know who Kalsif is yet, but in the future, I'll let you retry this if you want.
21.
Okay. I will take it into consideration, and as soon as I've met the man, I will form an opinion. And more than likely,
I saved your life.
yes, yes, yes. Tegan, go fuck yourself, and thank you.
Should have fucking let you die.
I'll make your damn song. You just go home. Enjoy life. Jeez. And he runs into town as well. Keir Hall's fairgrounds across the river and below Hafton shine into the darkened night sky with all the vigor of a town celebration. Smoke powder fireworks pop and thud beneath a canopy of smoke and cloud, dazzling the area with neon lights. Partygoers walk the streets, or in many cases stumble, as foot traffic grows toward the river districts. Parties spill out of balconies and surrounding courtyards. Games are played in the streets. Even the guards have their helms off as all partake. Pockets of music and din compete for attention as you walk through crowds of cliques and new acquaintances, drunkenly sharing in the excitement. The clock strikes midnight. Fireworks cease, but light shines in the sky. The distance over the forest glows blue as a beam of piercing light showers the night sky. Some of the partygoers, some of the guards, some of the revelers stop where they're standing, skin turning a glassy sheen as they walk toward the forest. That is where we will end tonight's session. Congratulations, you level up.
Woo!
And I will see you next week.
Oh.
So we should be level 7 now, right?
Yeah.
I was really hoping you guys wouldn't stay the night. I was like, oh no, they're going to miss the plan.